Tastes like purple. Hi everybody. First off, look at this keyboard. What's weird? What's weird?
The numpad's on the left.
Yeah, the numpad is on the other side of the keyboard. Why did they do this? Well, I'll tell you why they did this. They were hanging out with one of their left-handed friends who was playing with a left-handed mouse on the left side of his keyboard, and he was talking about how comfortable it was and how he never had to move his hand that far from his mouse to his keyboard. And everyone's like, well, we got 10 keyless. And he's like, yeah, but I got a number pad and I'm left-handed and I'm happier than you, even though you think you own the world. And they were like, we're engineers. We can make this happen for righties too. So for all the gamers out there and the programmers who want their numpad, but they also don't want to have to travel that far between their mouse, and they want the more, the more comfortable seating position of having the mouse right beside your keyboard. Well, now you can do it right here with this. You're just gonna have to get used to using the numpad with your left hand. So that's the big thing with this keyboard, and that's gonna be something that, like, I don't know, maybe like a piano virtuoso where I'm like type, and then number pad, type, number pad. Someone turn that into a song. Does the people on the internet do that? I'm not cool enough. So that's the really new interesting feature about this keyboard, just moving that to the other side. Why didn't somebody think about this already? But there's still gonna be some give and takes with this. Maybe it's better than a 10 keyless keyboard, if you're into that. So let's go ahead and talk about the actual keyboard itself and get back into the technology. It's very similar to the last bloody keyboard we looked at. In fact, it's almost identical other than the aesthetic. But we're gonna cover it anyway in case you missed that one. This uses the Light Strike optical technology. What does that mean? Well, first off, it's not actuating by bottoming out or by hitting the actuation point in the middle anymore. What it's doing is there's an infrared LED inside the switch, and it actuates when you press. It actuates really quickly, like quicker than just about anything else. They say quicker than anything on the planet. But it actuates when the button is pressed. It interrupts the infrared and actuates. And that clicky sound right there, normally you'd get the clicky sound from, something happening in the keyboard, bottoming out or whatever. But this one, they've actually built the clicky sound into the keyboard, so it should last longer. But if you really like that clicky sound, you're gonna get it. As far as the longevity of these, they say 100 million. And I can't test that. I can just regurgitate their marketing stuff and hope that they're not lying to us all. So there's that. You've got RGB on this keyboard. Of course, it's a gaming keyboard. You can turn it off, but one thing that's nice is you can access most of the functions, well, a lot of the functions, right here on the keyboard. You have your few different modes, like, your breathing and your static and your off mode, but you also have various animations that you can toggle with the function button and F12. You can toggle through all of them. So there's a bunch here. We're showing them all on the screen right now. How cool is that? That one's nice. There it is. This keyboard has a swallow. That animation there, well, as you can clearly tell, it is a bird, but not just any bird. If you look closely, you'll notice that it is a swallow. You guys can figure out if it's African or European. Above and beyond that, it's a gaming keyboard, so you're gonna get the full in-key rollover. Another nice thing in the box, the design and construction are metal on the top, which is a nice piece of metal. You can decide whether or not you like the aesthetic. The wrist rest feels really good. Like, I'm very impressed by this wrist rest. Aesthetics aside, that's subjective, but this is a rubberized sort of bumpy coating right there, and then it is metal. It's not gonna bend or break. This is some heavy duty stuff right here. So the wrist rest is detachable, like we like. Also, this is spill resistant. The PCB on the inside has a coating, and there are some channels that go through there. So if you spill your purple juice on there, it'll go right through, and you'll be all good. I'm not gonna pour any of this on there though. It's too good to waste. The rest of the tech specs go, like I said, they advertise no latency whatsoever. But that's sort of a marketing gimmick, because the biggest point of latency with any of these keyboards is going to be the human, not the actual piece of hardware. So most of you guys are not gonna notice any difference between this and a regular keyboard. But if you're a pro who needs the craziest performance ever, may as well go ahead and grab one, just so you can say, hey, no latency. If there's anything, it was me. So the reporting rate on this is 1,000 hertz, 464 by 148 by 39 millimeters. Oh yes, the spacebar, guys, is screw enhanced. So some spacebars, they have a lot of wobble. This one's pretty solid. Overall, the keyboard is a very solid keyboard. The keycaps and all the print and everything, it does have the gamer aesthetic. So if you're like someone who's like, I am so done with the gamer aesthetic, God, then this is not going to be something that you like. But if you're someone who's just like, cool, I like colors, I like the gamer edges or whatever, and you want these features, there you go. So on the back, it's just pretty nondescript. You got rubber feet. It's the back of a keyboard. What do you want? Also in the box, we have this handy dandy little package of gamer keys that are easy to open. They have a nice rubber feel to them, or rubberized feel to them. I don't know. They got a nice little coating on there. You got your keycap puller, and if you guys wanted to swap out the keycaps for a different set, you could, and still have these fancy switches. So let's take a look at the software, guys. Here you can come in and reprogram your keys and set this up with several different profiles here. Whatever, pick your key here. It could be a mouse shortcut, could be macro file, whatever. Got your macro files. Hey, how about it? So Rgb Animations, there's a bunch here, and you can import and export some animations if you like. So that's all here for you to play around with. Here's your macro control software. But yeah, you guys can come in here, program your macros, pick a key, set it up, pretty much use the entire keyboard to do as you will, what you will. So as far as the animations go, you guys can come in here and like create your own animations. You guys can import animations, download animations, file right over here. This is why you want this keyboard, right? So you can come in here and grab animations and stuff. So all that's there for you. Pick individual key colors if you like. Ooh, look at that, that's pretty. Let's make it all this color. Another thing that's kind of unique here is they have something called the Super Combo in their software. What that allows you to do is go and actually create combos, like kind of like macros, but they're combos. You have like 2-button combos, 1 button for sniper shot, like auto run, triple click with simple button, zoom in, zoom out, just stuff like that. And you can come in and set up your own or download different ones, and you can add macros to these. You can record macros right here. So lots of different things you can do with Super Combo. If you're someone who's into this sort of thing, you may want to get into it a little bit more than I'm getting into it right now. It's kind of a basic idea of what it is. There you have it. Bloody has put together a well-built keyboard. The plastic on the back is not as sturdy as some, but the metal on the front helps keep it together. These switches are really nice, guys. I mean, they're they feel good, and they just work. So one thing I will say is it would be really cool to have this in a very sleek, minimal, like all black style for those of us who want that, and something that's a little different than the gamer aesthetic. But that's just my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And do you think it's a good idea that they moved the numpad over to the left side? Is that gonna get in your way, or you're gonna love it? What do you think? All right, grab a t-shirt. Got lots of cool ones. Shirt of the month's coming up pretty soon. And guys, be sure, if you wanna keep up on all our videos, hit the bell. The subscribe button, YouTube doesn't really care about that anymore. The bell is the only way to make sure it shows up in your regular feed. If you don't hit that, you're gonna be forlorn in a cabin in an old age, and that'll be the end of it. I promise. I almost said light switch, strike, optical stitch switch, technology stitch switch. Wow. Yeah. It uses their light strike. I won't keep wanting to say switch.